What's up everyone, this is Brian C and let's get started. So, the unboxing, the out of the box feature, and now it's time for the review of the HGAC XXXG-01D Gundam Dead Sight from the Mobile Suit Gundam Wing series. This is actually a favorite unit of mine in the Gundam Wing series, and its pilot duo Maxwell that have a very vibrant personality, and the self-entitled God of Death in the Wing Gundam series. Gotta be honest, I have been waiting for a long time for an HGAC. I do have the Gundam Dead Sight variants from the Endless Waltz series. I even have the classic Endless Waltz high grade as well. So I'm actually quite happy that Bandai finally released one, and I managed to snag not just one but two. I do have plans for the other one. Now for the history of this unit here, it's actually quite simple. Now this is actually one of the 5 Gundam units that was actually sent to Earth to fight against the Oz forces. Its pilot, again, Duo Maxwell, with a very vibrant personality, considering he is considered the self-entitled God of Death in the Gundam Wing series. Now this unit here actually has stealth capabilities and is specifically built for close combat. Now when it comes to the armaments of the Dead Sight, it's actually quite simple, not a whole lot. Now the first one is the Vulcan gun that is actually located at the forehead. Now the second one is the machine cannon, which is actually on top of the chest piece, on the shoulder. And then the next one is its famous beam sight. It is a very powerful weapon, and it actually have 2 features. You get your famous sight, and it can be turned into a Nagitana. And if I remember correctly, the beam Dead Sight can even carry a Gundam for some reason. I don't know why it had that feature, but it's not that bad. Now last but not the least, you got your Buster Shield. The Buster Shield is actually a close range weapon as well. It actually have a beam blade at the tip of it, which is quite nice. Now the other system that it have is its self-destruct system. And then you got your Hyper Jammer that can scramble the enemy's radar, and then its stealth capabilities. Now if you want to actually find out more regarding this unit here, my advice is check out the Gundam Wikia. It's actually very useful. Now let's move on to the next set here, shall we? Now when it comes to extra parts, there's actually plenty. We're gonna start up with the ones that you won't need at all, and these are the pieces here. Yeah, this looks like part of the feet here and the legs, and that's it. Now when it comes to the hands here, you actually got a pair of hands here for your sight, for what do you call that now, for action poses. Yeah, which is actually quite nice. Then the other one is your hands here. Yeah, open palms for both, and even better. Now when it comes to the stickers here, very little stickers as you guys can see, and this one here is actually for the front skirt, but it won't do good. Yeah, it's paper stickers, so I decided not to install it. And then gonna show you guys the Buster Shield here, and you got your beam effect parts here, 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 and then you got your unretracted sight here, some nice details, and you got your beam Dead Sight, which actually have an articulated piece. Now let's focus on the nubs and the seam lines here, and got to admit, it's really not that bad. There are thick ones, and they are very easy to deal with because of the material that Bandai used. Now let's go ahead and start with the headpiece here, just to show you guys what you guys will be getting. Now it's typical for the headpiece to have seam lines at the edge there and a little bit of a nub. As you guys can see, there's some white marks there, but it is barely noticeable, and you can actually do your magic there by proper sanding. This is the headpiece. Now for the next part is the arms and the shoulder here. Now Closer look here. The only seam lines that you guys will get is on the yellow piece there. See that? And then for the arm itself, you get a little bit there at the forearm. Okay, and you get part there at the elbow joint. Now for the hand itself, it's gonna be typical to have thick nubs there, so expect that for the rest. And when it comes to the Buster Shield here, there's really, you won't even notice it at all, but there are some nubs there, as you guys can see there at the end. Okay, now when it comes to the backpack there, closer look. Usually it's this piece here that actually have thicker nubs. You get the seam line there. Okay, now for the torso itself, closer look. You got seam lines there at the shoulder piece and the neckline area. You get nub there. Okay, closer look. Now when it comes to the what do you call this now, waist area, you get seam lines at the back there. And when it comes to the legs there, closer look. Yeah, it's really not that bad. Now for the legs here, you get seam lines over there at the back. But for the front one here, they designed it where the seam lines is there, but you won't notice it. But for the back, you can notice it upon closer look. But it's actually well designed. Now when it comes to the weapon here, now for the weapon, yeah, that's it. Overall, it's really not that bad when it comes to the nubs and the seam lines. Now let's move on to the articulation test. Now this is actually quite impressive when it comes to the articulation test. I'm very impressed. We're gonna start off with the Buster Shield here. And the Buster Shield, look at that, really nice. There's a peg there. There's another slot there, it seems, which is, I don't know what it is for. And when it comes to the sight itself, now for the sight, okay, come on, focus, there we go. It actually, that's the only piece that actually moves. Now for the next part here is the backpack itself. And again, we're gonna take this apart here. Okay, there we go. For the backpack, you actually got the vents here and the thrusters with some articulation. Now when it comes to the headpiece, it actually, that's how far it can go for articulation. And now for the arms here, as you guys can see, that's how far it can go. Really fascinating. Now this is a ball joint after all. Okay, so there's limitations when it comes to the arms and the hand. And when it comes to the shoulder piece again, there's the thrusters there that actually moves, which is quite nice. Okay, now for this pieces here, this other vents, the gray piece on the shoulder, be careful because it might fall off. Okay, and then when it comes to the waist here, as you guys can see, really nice articulation there, which is not bad. But okay, there we go. There's some articulation there. Now when it comes to the waist here, this is actually really nice. Now you get the front skirt. Now you can actually put this into two pieces, so different rotation. They're ball joints. So, and then for the side skirt, it actually there's articulation as well, which is nice. Now for the back skirt, look at that, articulated back skirt, which is actually quite nice. And then underneath you do have the slot there for your action base, and this is not a ball joint, so it can definitely do a split. And for the leg itself, it's double jointed, that's how far it can go. This piece here doesn't move at all, the knee guard, but when it comes to the ankle guard here, you get some articulation, which is nice. And then for the feet, Really fascinating, right? Yeah, so it can definitely do a high kick, which is actually quite nice. Now, to post this, you just got to figure it out, but it can definitely do some action poses. Okay, final thoughts. Is this unit worth getting? Definitely a yes. And the price tag? Definitely worth getting as well. Now, is there a downside to this kit? Not really. There's a few nubs and seam lines that you can actually fix. This is a well-made, well-built kit, very little stickers, and you don't even have to put much detailing it. You can actually just straight build this, put a little bit of stickers, add some panel lining, and even without that, it already looks great. Bandai definitely did a good job here. Plus, like unarticulated back skirt as well, which is the plus side. And then you just need a basic action base. Definitely worth getting. That's all I got to say about the Gundam Death Sight here. Now, that's all the time that we got, guys. Thank you guys for watching this video. Now, remember, have fun, relax, and enjoy. That is Gunpla, and have a good day, good night, afternoon, wherever you are. R13 signing out.